So this spiritual, tell me, how did you get into this career of spirituality? Like,
I yeah, I never thought I was going to work with that.
mm,
I started on this path very early when I was a teenager. I joined my first mystery school when I was only 14 years old.
mm,
So this has always been very strong in me, my spiritual path.
uh-huh,
But at the same time, it wasn't a very normal path. It wasn't something I talked to people about. It was my thing. I was born in a household where both of my parents are scientists. It's
mm-hmm,
not exactly like it was an open field for that. So, I mean, and it's fine. I just kept it for myself. And I went to business school and I worked with business development for many, many years. And
mm-hmm,
I changed different mystery schools, changing lineages and going deeper into my studies at the same time. I just didn't really talk about it publicly
mm-hmm.
until my late 20s that I felt I was breaking myself in two. I was not supposed to be a person in the office.
Right.
And so I left that life completely. But still,
Mm-hmm.
I never thought I was going to work as a spiritual guide. I thought I was going to start my own business and continue with my spiritual path. And I
Mm-hmm.
dedicated myself more and more to my own spiritual path until a moment that I actually received a message telling me that I was a spiritual guide.
Mm.
And that is how I started working with this. And it
Funny,
wasn't.
because the first part that's all I hear is this woman that's on. You kept saying path, on the path, but she's got her hand in her head, just kind of struggling. And so I just visualize, like you said, you're on this path, but I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go and do this whole spiritual aspect of this, or struggling with the whole, business side? But then next card is another two, and he is balancing on this tightrope in this wave of water, which y'all talked about, the seas just going back and forth. And again, it literally says on here, working too hard or multiple jobs, the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple. So how do you balance being human? Because like I've heard the stories, as the deeper that people get sometimes in the spiritual realm, it's like they then become more frustrated sometimes with being human and the things that we have to do, or want to just stay. I just want to stay in my meditative state. I don't want to come back and then have to, like, go to the grocery store and buy groceries, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So is there anything special that you kind of do in order to manage being still a human?
I personally don't struggle with that, but I do see a lot of people in this path struggling with that because life is not easy. Regardless of where we are on the spiritual path, life can bring a lot of suffering. And we can use anything as escapism. Some people might use social media, scrolling, but we can use spirituality as escapism. We can just lock ourselves in the room to not have to deal with life. Sometimes we're not conscious of what we're using escapisms, but everything can be an escapism. That said, I have it very ingrained in me that spirituality is practical. It is rooted in everyday life. It is about living better here now. We are here. We are in physicality. We're not somewhere else. If we didn't need to be in this physicality, we wouldn't be here. And yet we're here. So for me, all these practices we do is just so we can live better. In my case, I just have to do more because my work in this reality is also to help people to heal certain things. And this is just part of my job.
Well, a card that came out here, and it says, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. So it's like, yes. And then